Hello there guys, and welcome to our 41st C++ tutorial. Today's tutorials we're going to go ahead and talk about how to detect opposite sign numbers, and basically how to detect that. But we're going to use Boolean logic, so we're going to use basically gates, or we're going to use the exclusive OR gate for this tutorial. So instead of using branching and basically if and else statements. So if you guys didn't watch the previous tutorial, guys, go ahead and watch those. They're truly informative. And if you didn't watch my other series of tutorials, guys, go ahead and watch those as well. Please, guys, once you get a chance, go ahead and also subscribe to my channel and rate the videos and leave comments. That truly gives me a lot of feedback if you guys like the videos or not. So to waste no more time, let's go ahead and get started. And if you don't understand the code from initially, do not worry, we're going to go over it in more detail. Let's begin by including the IOStream using namespace standard, and then put the function prototype up here. I'm going to call it boolean, and then I'm going to call it opposite, and it's going to have two parameters. I'm going to call them x and y, and they're going to be integers. Now let's go inside of our main here, and let's declare some variables here. I'm going to call it n1 for number 1 and n2 for number 2. And down here, let's go ahead, I'm going to ask the user to enter two integers, and let's store those integers here, 1 in n1 and 1 in n2. Alright, let me put a return 0 here. Alright, so let me use here, let's use some if statements here. So if, let's put opposite, and let's put here number 1 and number 2, so pass the numbers the user will enter into the function. Let me put the brackets here, let's type cout, and let me type the two numbers are opposite signs, and then put an end line, and let's have an else statement outside of this if statement here. Else cout the two numbers are the same sign, and let's put an end line there. Now let's go outside of our main here, and let's define our function. So we called it opposite in our prototype there, and we have x and y, and inside of here we only have one return statement, and inside this return statement we will have x, which will be the first number entered by the user, XOR that with y, and make sure it's, so let me put another parenthesis here just to make it look neater, and then make sure it's less than 0. Alright, so what this will do is this will basically tell us if the numbers are opposite signs. So and it will return a boolean. So it will return if they are opposite sign, it will basically give us a 1, and then it will return 1 here in the if statement. So it's gonna say, and if true, so we're saying if this is true, then say that, oh, the two numbers are, so basically we're using the if statement just to print out the, there are different ways to do this, but this is easier for you guys to understand. So the easiest to understand. So if this is true, so if the numbers are opposite signs, then we're just going to print out, yeah, they are opposite signs. Else we just print out numbers are different sign, numbers are the same sign, sorry. Alright, let's go here and let me put a comma block here just so you, and let me explain how this is working here. Let's start with x. So let's give let's say in here I'm gonna make x equal, let's say 3, and let's say y equals, let's say y is negative 3. Alright, so those are two numbers we're going to be using for this example here. so we can explain, so I can explain to you guys how this works. Alright, so if we, so then let's take this for example. Let's take this block here. Let's take x or y. Alright, so what are we doing here? Alright, we have x using a 4-bit here number. What do we have for x? So x would be basically, well, using a 3-bit, because one of the bits, or we can use a 4-bit number. So that would be for x, it would be, to have 3 would be 0 0 1 1. That's 3 basic, that's the number 3 in binary. But we want to have a 5-bit here, because the first bit is, this would be our sign bit, so this would basically tell if the number is positive or negative. And in our case 3 is positive, so for positive that means 0. And then we have y is also 3, so that would be 0 0 1 1, but y is negative, so that would be here, that would be 1, just telling me that y is negative. And then we are XORing them together. So what XORing does is, if the two values are different, so that if one is false and one is true, then it would be true. If they're both of the same, if they're both either false or they're both true, then it becomes false. So in our case here, this would be 1 0 0 0 0. That would be our number. And then we're checking if this is less than 0. Yes, this is less than 0, because this will check for the sign bit, and the sign bit here tells it that this is a negative number, so it will tell that these are opposite signs basically. So what this XOR will let us know is basically what we are focusing on. You can ignore these ones. We are focusing only on the first bit, which is the sign bit, and then we are comparing that sign bit, which is here 1, is less than 0 or not. So if this is a 1, this is less than 0 because it has this number is less than 0 because it has a negative sign. And if it's a 0, this number is basically greater than or equal to 0, which is a positive number. So that's what it's doing there. Alright, now let's go ahead and build this. And let's go ahead and start with the debugging here. Alright, so let's enter two integers here. Let's enter 5 and 2, both positive, which is they're both the same sign. They are the same sign. Let's run it again. Let's put 0 and 1. They should both be the same sign. Yes, they are. And let's go put here a minus 9 and a 0. So 0 is positive, as you know, and 9 is negative. So they should be opposite signs. And also, let's go ahead and check if we have two negative numbers. They should be of the same sign. Yep. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. This is another way of basically thinking how to basically this is another way of how to detect if numbers are opposite signs using Boolean logic. So I hope you guys like this tutorial, and please rate the tutorials, guys. Leave comments. The more comments, the better. It basically tells me if you guys like my videos or not. And also don't forget to rate the videos and subscribe to my channel. So thank you for watching this tutorial, guys, and stick around for more.